welcome back, and a big warm welcome to you if this is the first time you're joining me. My name is Bettina Ray. I'm a yoga teacher and I share things to do with fertility and pregnancy and early motherhood. So if you are interested in any of those sorts of topics, I would love if you would subscribe, hit like, leave me a comment, do all of the things, because I really appreciate your support and your connection here with me. I don't really want it to just be me talking at you. I would love to hear what you think and what you have to say. So I want to talk to you today about how visualization can actually help you fall pregnant. Now, before you write this off as a completely woo-woo idea and something that can't possibly help, like how can something in your mind help your reproductive organs fall pregnant? I know, and at one point I was there with you and I was thinking, I don't know how that works. But bear with me as I kind of explain what happens in the body when we use visualization and how it can actually help you fall pregnant, especially I think if you've been having difficulty. So if it's taken you a long time to fall pregnant, if you've been trying for a long time, if you've been going through IVF, maybe you've experienced some losses. So I think when you first start trying, you almost do this naturally. So when we first start trying to fall pregnant, we imagine that moment when we will see our baby. We imagine that moment when we will get those 2 pink lines on the little stick. We imagine telling our family and friends. We imagine our belly growing big. We imagine all the little clothes. We feel really positive about the whole thing. So essentially, that is visualization. That is thinking about the future, visualizing how you want it to go. And in doing so, you allow your body to feel all these great feelings that come with that. So you feel excitement and you feel love. You feel all of these good feelings that image in your head, that thinking about the future creates. But if you don't fall pregnant straight away and you're starting to question and doubt whether you'll fall pregnant, or if you've experienced a loss, or you've found out that there are things about you or your partner that are going to make conceiving more difficult, then you've probably stopped that positive visualization. You've probably stopped thinking all the positive scenarios that are going to happen to you, and you've probably gotten stuck in imagining the worst. So I know for me, after our first loss, and then when we started trying again, I was already in a negative mindset. Each time I was in that 2-week wait, I had already almost convinced myself it was going to be negative. I was imagining that it was going to be negative. And what that did in my body is made me stressed out and anxious and all these negative feelings. And if you think about what sort of hormones you're flooding the body with when you're in the negative, it's not the ideal environment to conceive a baby, which is why I think visualization works so much. If you're in the positive and giving yourself all the positive emotion, you're not letting those stress hormones take over, then you physically are in a better place to conceive than if you haven't been doing those positive visualizations. And this is why I think it's more important if you've lost a baby or if you are struggling to conceive, because I think when that happens, you're already in the negative and it's so easy to revert to the negative mindset. So how do you then use visualization to try and fall pregnant? For me personally, I started including it in my morning routine. So each morning I was getting up and I had started a journaling practice. So just writing down, dumping everything that was in my head into my journal just to kind of get out the crazy. But what I started adding to that time was that I would take 5 minutes just to sit with my eyes closed and allow myself to imagine falling pregnant, growing a healthy baby, giving birth to a healthy baby, and allowing myself to experience how amazing I would feel throughout all of that. And yes, some days the doubt crept in. Some days my mind would go to, that's never going to happen, you're not going to be able to carry another baby, and I would get stuck in that negative mindset. And for those days, I had a script written out in my journal. I say script, but I mean more like a story, I guess, of how I wanted it to go. So I kind of had the ideal, how it would all pan out. And on the days where I was feeling quite negative because I was grieving for 3 babies, I would read the script instead. And just by reading that story, I would feel a little bit more positive. I was able to imagine parts of it even when I was struggling, and I'm helping to allow my body to feel good emotions rather than just sticking with the negative. And for me, I found it really helped. It helped to take me from this place where I had almost lost hope and I didn't feel like I would ever have another healthy baby, to feeling like I'm ready to conceive again, and it's only a matter of time. And when I fall pregnant, I'm going to conceive a healthy baby. And I'd literally done that just by repeating to myself and allowing myself to imagine again what I wanted to create. So this is why I think visualization is so important, especially if you've fallen into some negative loops in your mind about how it's not going to work out and all of the things that are wrong. I think you need to shift the focus and focus on all the things that are right, focus on what you want to create. And I think that way you're more likely to fall pregnant, and worst case scenario, you're going to enjoy the process a whole lot more along the way. I would love to know in the comments below if you've used any visualizations in your life. So whether it be to fall pregnant or whether it be about something else in your life, maybe you visualized the job you wanted. I'd love to know your stories, so leave them in the comments below. Make sure that you've subscribed to this channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.